is this 3-0? Because this was a 3-0 final a couple weeks ago. I'm watching with you. Good drop. Now, what did she do wrong? I would have said concede the kitchen. It was a beautiful drop. She tried to keep him back. She tried to hit it hard. This is a common mistake of 3-0 and 3-5 players. It is. Good point. She's keeping them back, right? What you're supposed to do. And this is a common mistake. Why not reset that? Hit it a little higher. Get to the kitchen. I would say that's a common mistake of 3-5 players. 3-0, 2-5. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just watching. It's like 5 in the morning. Good dink and war. Dink middle. I would say that is at least the 3-5 point right there. Are they sandbagging? Now, I'm wondering. I'm really wondering. They get in the kitchen. Good defense. Good point. Good point. No one's at fault. I would say good defense. The partners really move well together, unlike 3-0 players. Now, I'm not saying their names because this could be a viral sandbagging segment. Really good. I believe that was in. Great point. What else can I say? What else can I say? I know no one likes me singing. I keep singing. Now, you saw that miss, right? You see 4-5 and 5-0 players miss that all the time. Even some pros that are trying to keep them back, that backhand. The key is to stay balanced on that backhand. If you rewind, she probably was on one foot. Use that offhand for balance. Another good point. I mean, that point could be a 4-0 point that's keeping them back. It's kind of fun. I didn't have coffee, so I pre-workout at 5 in the morning. Oh, she popped it up, and she wants that back. The girl in pink at the kitchen should have conceded again, and you see, try to put it away, you can't. I don't know if that made sense. I'm not going back. She's going solo. Going solo. That's me. Now her partner was like, okay, go solo. Get a launcher. I'm not editing this, just so you know. Even if I screw up. That's just lucky. She apologized, this girl in pink, but does she mean it? No. She doesn't mean it, so don't apologize. That's a common mistake of most pickleball players. They apologize too much. I never apologize. I ask for forgiveness. Now she wants that one back. I think it was out. That was beautiful. The girl in pink let an out ball go. Most pickleball players, even if playing 4-5, 5-0, they don't let out balls go. She went in the kitchen, I believe. If you watch, she hit that smash. I think she hit one in the kitchen. I don't know what actually happened with that point. Beautiful drive by the girl in pink. And, like, I'm watching. I would say this is 3-5. That's what I would say. Now, these girls could play 4-0, but they shouldn't be playing 3-0. Good point. If you're watching, sometimes they're popping it up and they're not quite putting it away. That's why I would say they're not 4-0, 4-5, because 4-5s really put those balls away. Unless you're Sam DeStefano. Sam, I'll never play with you again. Putting the ball in pickleball, putting the ball away in pickleball is so important. It's so important. If I'm looking for a partner that's a 4-5, 5-0, I'm like, you gotta put the ball away. Get back to the game, Joe. ADD. Great defense. Again, beautiful drops. She could make her drops a little higher, just a little higher, so she has a little more time to get into the kitchen. However, I mean, she played a great point. What are you talking about, Joey? She did really well. Again, concede the kitchen. Girl, in pink, should you concede the kitchen a little more? She's making some errors, just trying to keep them back, which you should do in pickleball. However, it's low enough. They hit a good drop. It's at your feet. I would say concede the kitchen. You're a good dinker. Girl in pink. So if you see her backhand, what I would say with her backhand, if you're looking at the USAP rating chart, it's like, can you hit a backhand consistently? She can. She's a 3-5. However, I would say she doesn't feel as comfortable with her backhand. Get back to the game. This is actually a good quality game. I haven't watched it before. I'm commentating it because it takes away my spontaneity. Now, if you see that mistake, she just went for the line on that drop. Look, I do it all the time. Just give yourself a little more leeway. Maybe aim for a foot inside the line. It's indoors, right? It's not windy, but still give yourself some leeway. If it's really windy, give yourself a lot of leeway. I would say middle of the court. And I believe that may have been good. However, you can see on those backhand dinks that little tentative, and this is, I would say 3-5, because I'm still somewhat tentative on my dinks when I'm playing a really good dinker, especially backhand. And look, she just missed. And I don't think they've missed the serve yet, just so you know. They get in the ball deep, they keep it in the opponent's back. I would say they're not quite putting away those high volleys like they should. Who does? That is just beautiful. Now that is an example of just drop it. You're not in an amazing position. Don't drive it when you're in the middle of the court and your opponents are right at the kitchen. I do it all the time. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I would like to see that return deeper. And look, that looks like a 3-0 point, right? She could have got the return deeper. Not the best drop, and they didn't put it away. This could be 3-0. Could be a 3-0. Maybe they should play 2-5. Maybe 2-5.
8-6-1.
Beautiful return. They got it deep. If you look, they return in the middle. And again, I'm going to point out a couple things. That is beautiful. I was going to say, you got to poach. You got to poach. Get your partner out of trouble. She just did. This is a 4-0 match. 4-0. No question in my mind. And again, those drops could be a little more vertical, so she has a little more time to get to the kitchen. Look how many drops she's hitting. Still a little more vertical, a little more top spin, maybe a spinnier paddle. Spinnier is the word. Okay, this is a timeout. This is when I should have edited. What up? What up, girl? You're playing good. You're good. You might be sandbagging just a little. I don't know if... I can't really hear what that's saying because I'm listening to this with no sound. I'm assuming she's saying I'm commentating really well, and I am, and you're welcome. But this is good quality video, a very good example of a 3-0 final, or is it? Because it should be maybe 3-5 at least, right? Usually we're used to hearing people watching us saying 3-5 at best. Okay, we're back. Very good chat, lady. Women.
10-6-1.
And I love how they return in middle. And again, this is a common mistake. Will you drive it or drop it? I think many people miss that drives or drops because they're not committed to driving or dropping at all. If you're dropping, a little higher, a little more topspin. If you're driving, if you're dropping a little higher, a little more topspin. I'm not editing this. And again, put those high volleys away. Snap that more. The girl in pink's going back a little too much. Snap, 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 snap. Look, when she's returning that ball, she's going to the girl's forehand. Maybe try getting into the backhand a little more because that backhands are pretty weak. If I'm coaching any of these girls, I'm saying get it to the ladies' backhand, right? Because they're not as comfortable. And look, the girl in pink made a mistake, and it's a split-second decision in pickleball. She made the right play. Don't be upset. Don't be upset at all. Maybe it's a paddle. Paddle sounds dead. See, that backhand was high, right? Get it to the backhand. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good point. I'm clapping. Clapping for you. Utes. Serve to the backhand. I like it. And again, she popped it up with that backhand volley, right? I watch too much pickleball, and I still am not very good at commentating. Says a little bit about me. And again, she's in good position. Honestly, people miss those high volleys because they're not balanced. Use that offhand, stay more balanced. If you see they're not balanced, that offhand's down. I've tried to explain this in so many videos, no one really understands. They're like, Joe, what the hell's an offhand? That's what an offhand is. And just some missed volleys. So if I'm watching this, a lot of mistakes with those volleys. So maybe this is why it's a 3-5, 3-0, because they're not as consistent putting the ball away, popping the ball too much up. Not editing. Good thinking more. I love the change of, ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Good point. That's a 3-5 to 4-0 dinking war. Again, these dinks could be a little more aggressive, right? So if you're watching 4-0, 4-5, where the ball is hit in the kitchen, are you hitting aggressive dinks with the ball going a little past the kitchen? Because that's what I've been trying to do lately. I'm not the best dinker or thinker. I mean, that's a common point. You watch pros. You watch pros. Lots of times they have 3, 4, 5 hit points. They really do. So this is not a good gauge of what skill level you are. Good defense. And yeah, snap that overhead a little more. If you want a little more power on that overhead, turn your body a little more. It's like a golf swing, right? Turn the body, turn those hips, and then get a little more snap. That's what I would say with that. Beautiful, beautiful. Good put away. I think she's listening to me. We don't have a mic, and I don't have a time machine, but if we did, she could have an earpiece in her ear. She really could. Now it's a missed serve. Now this is probably 2-5. Like if you miss serves, and you watch pros, they do miss some serves. This game's changing. You have to go for harder serves. Honestly, if my partner's serving amazing and they miss 1 or 2, I don't care. I really don't. Beautiful use of a lob, and that's just a great point. See, again, that pop-up came from the backhand. So if you're playing a 3-0, 3-5 player, target that backhand. You look at the USAP chart, you know, it's like you're not consistent with backhand, you don't trust it, so you gotta know that it's weak. Just some common mistakes, and then you're saying, this could be 3-0, right? But this is the finals. They did play many matches to get here. They are tired. And again, drop that ball. If you're going pink, drop it right there. Get in dinking war. You're doing pretty well in dinking wars. I hate dinking. Oh, you may have hit an out ball. Again. Mistake, backhand, right, low backhand. And I think the girl in the on pink, the non-pink, she's starting to target that backhand a little more. She's smart. Probably goes to high school, college, I don't know. Good point. Good point. Good point. Nothing I have to say about that point. I mean, I put popcorn in, but if I leave now, I'd be unprofessional. I got my Diet Coke. No coffee. Again, missed return. No, the returns have been deep. If you look, you want to return deep, to the middle if you can. If you can do it really well, return to that backhand deep. But that's a little different. They are playing indoors though, no wind. Think about it. And some of these points are short. So look, they switch sides. Could be the second game. I don't have sound. Little nerves too. It's the finals. Keep that in mind, people. It's the finals because you're nervous. I mean, have any of these girls got gold medals before? We don't really know. Beautiful drop. Gave her time to get in. She recognized it. And that is beautiful. When you hit a beautiful drop like that, recognize it. Get in the kitchen. Drops can be offensive, especially if you get it high with spin. It kicks. They don't know what to do. And it's a boom time. Bang time. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now they get in a rhythm. If I'm the girls in pink, I would call timeout right now. Although I'd probably be wearing a neon shirt, that way my opponents would get pissed off.
What's the score? What's the score?
It's tryouts.
Just making sure it's like recording. Like that would suck if I did this whole broadcast and it wasn't recording. Because that did happen to me earlier. Again, you can't pop those up, and you can't miss those put away volleys. But I watch video myself in rec play and stuff. I do it all the time. But yeah, a lot of errors are an indication of 3-0 players, right?
2-7-1.
That's a short return. And that girl in pink wants it back, right? We all do that. I think this is where Sammy Lee Jr. plays. I think this is Lucky Shots. And if that's true, it's probably Minnesota. I love watching Sammy Lee. Real cool player, teenager. You know, I live vicariously through him. Still have a chance to do well in life. Sammy Lee, don't make my mistakes. I do. I've made them all in the book. And see, the girl in the pink, she's crowded middle. I would say her partner needs to be more on the sideline, really, so she can give the girl that is guarded middle a little more leeway because they hit paddles at time. If I'm the other girl in pink, this is getting too confusing. Let's keep watching.
Oh, man.
You should check their names. Maybe I should have done some research. That's a good point. Good point. This is definitely 3-5. Beautiful. Beautiful point. And look, she had the forehand middle. Just move over a little more that way. Let me guard the middle. I may have said it with some swear words. I'm really playing some mixed doubles. Or some doubles in general, you know? Good point. Good point. Beautiful. Just slide a little more over to that sideline. Let your partner have middle. They're doing pretty well. Plus, everyone on this court has somewhat of a weaker backhand than forehand. I think. Short return. Man, she got away with it. But those short returns will be punished by a 4-0, 4-5 player. And that's something to keep in mind. So I would say this should be maybe 3-5 play if I was taking a quiz. Although I don't do very good at quizzes. I did graduate Penn State in 3 years, but I cheated a lot. Error again. Again, it's fine. And again, once you make a couple mistakes in a tournament, call timeout, period. It's a game of runs. Life's a game of runs, right? You have like 3 bad things that happen to you in a month. Just call timeout. Take a couple weeks off. Go to Bermuda. Beautiful. Oh, she got back. Oh, man. So, the girl in gray had a beautiful point. She got back in it. Why would you hit a lob when you run into the kitchen? I could see a lob when you're at the kitchen and you're kind of have a chance to speed it up. You have your opponents on the front and no point to lob there. I got to edit that. I'm not doing it. So some of these points are a lot shorter and this could be 3-0 play now.
10-3-1. Now I'm...
Good drop. Beautiful. The girl in the pink conceded the kitchen that time. Beautiful, right? It was low to her backhand. If you watched earlier, she's trying to speed that up. And the girl in gray is pouncing on it. And she is smart. She's so smart. And again, look, missed backhand, right? Those backhands, no use of trying to drive them. I would hit it high. Maybe put topspin as you get better. Or slice it. But vertical. I think I made my point. If I didn't, I mean, how much can you watch me? Let's face it. So if you're in a tournament, what can we take out of this so far? Target that backhands, especially in 3-5 play. Even me, I have such a strong forehand. People target my backhands on the return. I have to play a little more defense. Voice cracked, going through puberty. So if you like me doing this, let me know. I can do this more. If you don't, just leave a negative comment. Just leave a negative comment at least. I'd rather a mean comment than no comment at all. Beautiful. And that's beautiful positioning by the girl pink middle. And why is it good positioning? Because she's about 3-4 feet ahead of her partner. That's dropping so she can reset those middle balls, right? If she can reset those middle balls, her partner doesn't have to take that tough backhand, which we saw so many errors on. Lightning strikes. That was very good, Joey. Very good commentator. I talk to myself a lot. I live alone. So alone. Beautiful. Good return middle. Again, that's a nice backhand. Beautiful point. Just a beautiful point. Now this is probably 4-0 play. So these girls are sandbagging. They might be making a couple mistakes just so they can play 3-0 more. And I tell a lot of my clients to do this. Good shot. See, look. The girl in the pick needs to give the forehand middle a little more. She's crowding too much. The backhand she hasn't put away a lot, right? But whose fault is it? I would tell you it's a girl in forehand middle has to be a little more assertive because David now yells at me a lot. He goes, get over to your side. So she's in good position here, right? She got that forehand. Beautiful. Good positioning. Again, they could be listening to me. That's a good point. I hate when you're in rug play and like it's the next court over, the ball's there, and you're like, hey, give me the ball. They like hit it 4 courts over. Like, jeez. I have ADD. Again, I was probably talking during that point. I apologize. Got away with that lob. And if you're a woman playing 3-0, 3-5, even 4-0, lobs work extremely well. For men too. But for women, they work very good. It's just percentages, people. I'm not a feminist. Well, I am. You know what I'm saying. I respect women. Might have bad at that. Not worth it. Bad enough reputation. Again, when you reset those balls a little higher, because resetting, you're trying to get yourself a little more to the kitchen, you're probably out of position, so anything higher helps. Again, 3-5 players tend to hit it 2-4 horizontal. It doesn't give them time to get out of position. Your opponents hit it at your feet, right? Because in pickleball, you hit it at the person that's deep at their feet, and that's a good game. So I think I did a good job.